let your beauty sing.
Hello, we're going to talk about spatulas today. Oh my goodness, cross-contamination, and we call this the cutout procedure. When you're a beauty therapist, you'll learn all about this. However, if you are not a beauty therapist and you are still loving your creams and pots of goodies, and you're thinking to myself, is it okay for my hands to plunge into the pots? Well, if it's just for you, yes. However, we have to look at the longevity of a product as well, and we have to think about the bacteria. Now, I know these things don't come to your mind just like that. It's not the everyday thing. However, look what I'm holding in my hands. I'm holding spatulas because what happens is when you open up your pot of goodies, you don't want to always plunge your fingers in there because you're taking bacteria to that pot. Because sometimes we forget to wash our hands, and really and ideally wash your hands before you apply makeup or even any skincare products, okay? Because otherwise you're taking bacteria to the pot, you're taking bacteria to your face. And I know it sounds so hygiene-y, and I know it sounds so like, oh, do I have to? It's such a chore. You get used to it over time, and remember, you're looking after your skin as well. So what I do, I tend to use one of my spatulas, okay? Now, you've got three types of the key spatulas that you'll find in shops as well. One is a plastic spatula. Now, plastic can harbour bacteria, just remember that. So you really need to ensure that you use some antibac to clean it, all right, after use. And even before use, because sometimes you don't know or can't remember if you cleaned it. And if it's been sitting around somewhere for ages, clean it before and after, okay? And then you have your bamboo. So those of you really ethical about your skincare, which I am as well, but I really needed to show you like alternatives, because you might find them or come across it and not know what to do. The bamboo one here, you'll see it will stain. So over time, depending what your product is, it will stain it, okay? However, you can use like an antibac spray on it and let it dry out, because you need to be able to let it dry out before you start utilizing it in any of your products as well. This is now my favorite, okay? The stainless steel spatula, the one that doesn't harbor any bacteria at all, okay? You still clean it. You can still use an antibac on it as well. You can run it under a tap, soapy water. This is what I love about the stainless steel spatula, which you can get online as well. They may not look the same, but you can use that. Now, if you love your makeup and you want to make sure that your items do not get contaminated, especially if you don't have brushes at hand, or maybe you're sharing it with someone, you want to make sure that you take the makeup out. So if they don't have any loose powder, you can tap some out for them on some tissue, and then they can utilize it that way with a long cotton pad, if they don't have a powder puff. But with a spatula here with makeup, especially lipsticks, if your mate is there going, oh my God, I forgot my lipstick, and you're like, ooh, you're not touching my lipstick because I don't want your things on it, in the most nicest way possible, right? What you can do is get your spatula, scrape a little bit off where you've been using it, wipe that off, okay, onto a tissue and bin it, clean your spatula, and then get the next layer of lipstick onto your spatula, and then they can use it from there, whether they want to use it with their fingers and put it on their lips, whether they've got the lip brush with it, they can utilize it that way as well, okay? But this is like a really, really handy thing to carry in your bag, especially if you're going out with the girlies or even the guys. Look, this isn't just for girls, this is for guys too. I know guys like wearing makeup too, but this is something to share in terms of hygiene, to ensure that you don't feel like you have to put the lipstick in the bin afterwards because someone else has been using it, right? And then the same thing with the eyeshadows. Instead of putting your fingers in it all and everything else, and everything gets really messy, you can take a little bit out. You can put it on a spatula, from the spatula to a palette like this, a stainless steel palette. And then what you would do is utilize it from there, and then you can clean them off really nicely with some antibac liquid or a spray, a tissue, and clean it off, and then store it away. It's so easy. It's so easy. What it means, your products don't get contaminated to the point you have to put them into the bin. You keep yourself and your friends safe, or your family safe. You know, the bacteria doesn't build up over time. So sometimes products, when they even have like a shelf life, for example, of like 12 months, You might be able to have it for a little bit longer than that. Always remember to smell your products as well, especially mascaras. When you have mascaras, it's like 2 months maybe, at a point where you start to sniff and go, does that smell good? Maybe not. Bin it and get another one. Yeah, so please remember, when it comes to spatulas and pots, please remember to use a cutout procedure as well. We can go on to mascaras, etc., but mascaras is another ball game, and I'll do a video for that too. And I will see you in the next video. I'm just to show how 4 let your beauty sing, and I'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.